For this recipe, you will be needing thin sliced chicken breast. You're gonna be using Alfredo sauce. I have this one with bacon, so this one's good too. You're gonna be needing some plain cream cheese, 3 serrano peppers, some consomme de pollo, pepper, and garlic salt. We're gonna be cutting our peppers in little squares. And make sure you guys take off the seeds so that it's not super spicy. Once we have our chilies, we're gonna put it in a container. And we're gonna be mixing it with our cream cheese. So the amount of cream cheese that you'll be using will be optional. It just depends on how much chicken you'll be making. Most likely gonna be using all the cream cheese and mix it in our jalapeño. So now we have our piece of chicken. They're not as thin as I thought. So I'm gonna be using a piece of plastic. I used like a plastic Ziploc and I just ripped it. And then I'm gonna be using this to just squish. To season our chicken, I'm gonna be mixing these 3 things together. So just in a little cup. I'm gonna add a little bit of and we're gonna mix it all together. Once we do that and we have our piece of chicken, we're just gonna go ahead and season it a little bit. Now we're gonna go ahead and get our cream cheese that we already mixed with our chili, and we're gonna go ahead and put it on one of the sides. Once we have put our cream cheese like this, we're gonna go ahead and roll it. So this is how it's gonna look, and we're gonna just go ahead and place. So I was able to make 8. So another thing that you guys can also do once you guys have this step done, you could also wrap them in bacon. I didn't have bacon at the moment, so I wasn't able to add any. But this is how they turned out. And now let me show you guys the next step. For our sauce, I'm going to be using one of these measuring cups. I'm going to add a cup of milk because this kind of tends to be a little thick. So we want it to be kind of juicy so that it can cook the chicken. So I'm going to be using milk, and I'm going to be using 1 cup. So this is going to be our consistency of our sauce. It's not too thick or too soft. Now we're just gonna go ahead and pour this to our chicken. Just for a little more flavor, I'm gonna go ahead and add parsley flakes on top. You guys can use fresh parsley also if you guys have it. I am cooking this at 350 degrees, so let's go ahead and put it in the oven, and I'll be right back in an hour or so. Once I put the foil on our chicken, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a couple of little holes, just like that. I'm going to accompany this with some red rice. So I have some olive oil in my pan, and I'm gonna be doing about a cup and a half. And you're also gonna need some garlic salt. I have a can of tomato sauce, some caldo de tomate, con tomate, and about 4 cups of water. We're gonna cook this until the rice gets a little brownish, so we can add our rest of the ingredients. So our rice is about to be done. Once we cooked our chicken for about an hour or two, we're gonna be using some Monterey Jack cheese and some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna mix it together, and we're gonna use it to put on top, and we'll be putting it in the oven about 15 more minutes after. Monterey Jack cheese we already shredded, and then we're gonna go ahead and add some Parmesan cheese in here. Has a topping for our chicken. I will also be using some breadcrumbs. I'm not going to be using a lot, and this is also optional. I'm just using this to make it look a little bit more crispy on top. So I took out my chicken after an hour of being in the oven, and this is so far how it looks. So now I'm going to be adding the cheese and the breadcrumbs. I'll be adding some cheese. And then I'll go ahead and add some breadcrumbs. I'm only gonna put it on top of the chicken because that's where I want it to get kind of crispy. So once I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it again. And I'm gonna put it back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. So this is our final result. And we're gonna go ahead and